Hey guys, this week's Q&A we're gonna do is tea time and talk with Sadie. So, for the Q&A this week, they're out of order like normal. The first one is by WW Red Girl 15. She said, I'm losing my hair so bad. I'm carnivore too. Can you please tell me more about that? Hair loss with weight loss or rapid diet change is normal. It has nothing to do specifically with carnivore. Anytime we lose weight drastically or anytime we have a really big change in our diet, our body prioritizes our organs over unnecessary things like hair, or I shouldn't say unnecessary, but our heart and our liver, kidneys are a lot more important than our hair, so it falls out as a safety precaution. But eventually, once your body gets back in that homeostasis where you're not drastically changing what you're eating and you're not drastically losing weight, it comes back. It's just a temporary thing. Yes, it is hard because, you know, I still can feel the thinness of my hair, and honestly, we're 7.5 months in, or at least I am. I'm probably going to continue to experience it for at least another 6 to 8 months. Hopefully it slows down, but you know, I'm at my halfway point for weight loss, or just about there. So it's just to be expected, honestly. Next question is from Felicia Nurse. How many calories do you eat a day roughly? You're doing such a great job. Very proud of you. I've answered this, I think, a handful of Q&As ago. I eat anywhere from 1,000 to 1,800 calories a day. It just varies. For the past couple weeks, I've been eating mostly ribeyes, and that's because Scott and I stocked up a couple years ago, and we're eating our meat stock up. They're about 1,200 to 1,400 calories, and with the butter, I'd say anywhere from 1,300 to 1,500 calories because I'm doing OMAD, just that one meal in the day. So that's pretty much what I do. I don't track it every day. I did for a few weeks, and that's kind of how I know how much I've been eating. The point of carnivore is to eat until you're not hungry and then stop. So we are so satiated by the protein and fat, you end up having a natural calorie deficit versus having to strain with it anyways. Thank you, Sadie. Stories to Draw would like to ask, how long did oxalate dumping take for you? How did you deal with it? When I started carnivore, I was a type 2 diabetic. I had, I believe, 16 comorbidities. I was flushed. I was sick. If I ate anything, carbs, not carbs, sugar, protein, fats, it doesn't matter, I got nauseous and sick. I didn't notice it because I was already so sick. I really don't have a very good answer, I'm sorry to say, for this. I have autoimmune issues, so the redness in my skin, joint pain, these kinds of things, they were normal for me. So I can't really answer that one way or the other. I believe Dr. Berry has a video on that, so there is where I would suggest looking at Dr. Berry's YouTube for answers to that. New System 30. Question, can you drink flavored coffee on carnivore? I'm pretty good at not adding sweeteners but want flavor. Scott and I, do. I can't have cinnamon. I got a rash on my face, but he likes... She can't decide where she wants to go. Scott likes putting cinnamon in his. I do like cinnamon. I use vanilla extract. Things like, if you can tolerate it, almond extract. If you really need that different flavor, but no sweeteners, no artificial sweeteners.
I read some people try nutmeg.
Nutmeg. These are all things you have to decide if you can tolerate. I use vanilla extract. I have no problems with it. I really like vanilla, so that's my favorite to do. Okay, this is a question I've kind of gotten from so many different people over the while, and this is more people who aren't doing carnivore. Opulent Pie Yoga said, does it really have to do with eating meat, or is it really about not eating carbs? And they're referring to, I think, the weight loss and me feeling better. I think the answer is both, and this is my take on it. Removing the carbs, removing the sugars. By doing that, I have no option left but meat. I have to have protein, and what is the easiest way to get protein and no carbs is meat. It pretty much is the almost only way to do it. And so they have to go hand in hand. It's the whole chicken or the egg. I can't do 0 carbs, no sugar unless I'm eating meat. Secondly, meat has so much nutrition and protein in it. I don't think I could have gotten as far as I have without doing carnivore. As most of you guys know, I have done veganism. I have done only boiled white potatoes. I have done so many, the Whole30. I've done so many different things. And this is the only thing that has ever truly addressed my appetite, addressed my overeating and binge eating, and all my health things all in one, plus removing the stress of thinking about what to eat.
I would add that the other part is you don't have to eat a ton of food to get the same nutrients. Like if you want to try to get the same nutrients in vegetables, you have to eat a huge volume of vegetables. And it's also very easy to prepare food and clean up. Anyways.
We're drinking blueberry herbal tea, no sweetener tonight.
That's good tea.
With dog hair. That's added flavor. Lois Ann Stambog. I'm enjoying your videos. I have a question though. Do you ever eat other meats than beef? Yes. If you watched at least a week of what I eat, you will see that I like chicken wings. I don't really like chicken any other way, but chicken wings made at home. You can eat things like fish and pork. Scott and I just haven't been really eating sausages, although I think he ate some Italian sausage today. Bratwurst. I just get satiated on beef. Doing OMAD, so 1 meal a day, I find if I do a steak, specifically a ribeye, it's very easy for me to do OMAD. Ground beef, just not my thing. When we run out of ribeyes, I'm gonna cry a little bit because they are very expensive compared to what we paid for them previously. So yeah, I just like beef. You'll hear other carnivores, you know, Dr. Berry, Sean Baker, all of them, that ruminant meat is the most nutritious and it's easier to get your fat in. Right, with my chicken wings, I make a buffalo sauce that has a lot of butter just to increase the fat to protein ratio for that. With beef, you don't really have to do as much. Allie P asked, what helps you through a period of stress or upset? I'm an emotional eater who has a past of binging. When I start to feel really overwhelmed, I want junk. A lot of junk. Haven't got off in a month, but I'm feeling really stressed and wondering how you handle that. The smallest thing used to stress me out, and I mean the smallest. I call it upset, but the smallest stressor. The longer I've done carnivore, it's like my level of what stresses me is higher and higher, so the small things don't bother me as much anymore. Or if they do, I find I can get over them quicker. However, I still experience stress, especially when it comes to the doggos and if something's going on with them. That really stresses me. I pester Scott a lot.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
It wasn't my watch this time, it was my phone. He's just... Stop listening to me, Siri.
Oh, it's definitely recording you saying, I'm going to stab you in the head with a fork 1,000 times.
I pester Scott, like, not in a mean way. In a poke, pester way.
Yes.
My dad did that to me, and so I get enjoyment out of him. Lord, help our children when we have them, because I probably will pester them, because I might pester my puppy dogs just a little bit too. I mean, I do love them, but they get a little pestering. That's probably my big thing, and something Scott has helped with last time I had a really big breakdown was writing my non-scale victories in a journal. That helped because I was so down on myself. I hadn't made progress and all this other stuff. But being able to look at that journal and say, okay, maybe I haven't lost weight, or maybe I haven't gotten where I wanted to get, but I have these pages of improvements. Even you said, you haven't done anything in a month, write them down, even the smallest things. The minute they pop in your head, write them down because they matter. The fact that I can sit in the car and my thighs don't touch the sides. The fact that the other day I realized I grabbed the seat belt and locked it with one hand. I didn't have to the two-hander buckle myself in. These are the small things that make such a difference in life that we just forget as we get past them, so write them down. Other than that, look at the stress. Usually there's something behind why it's stressing, not wanting to deal with emotions. Something is going on. And if we're honest with ourselves, we can actually find the root cause. But Scott wanted to say something.
Well, in the book club, we covered chapter 1 last week and 12 rules for, and, he talks about positive feedback loops, which can go both ways. Positive feedback, you're diving, crashing, stressing more, and positive feedback where you're getting better and be able to take on more. And so the biggest thing is, really be able to look at what is stressing you and doing a small thing that helps improve it. Mm-hmm. Like looking at the non-scale victories, or talking about it with somebody that you trust. Just being able to get a little bit of headway to arrest the stress some starts to build up, and you get better and better about it.
I think talking about it is a good one too.
Yeah.
We are communicative. We communicate as humans, if you didn't know. Sometimes we need external, outside soundboard. Sometimes people don't even have to say anything. Just you talking and hearing your own words, we can come to our own conclusion. That happens a lot with Scott. He's literally just my soundboard, and half the time I'll answer myself by the end of when I'm talking. So talking about it, bringing it out to the light of day, looking at it. I think those are my suggestions.
Pro tip for men, when a woman wants to talk about her problems, don't solve. Just shut up and listen.
Ooh, here's another one a lot of people have asked. Can you taste iodine in the coffee? I can't taste it, but we only put 1 or 2 drops in our coffee. Plus I put vanilla extract and he put cinnamon. I can't taste it at all. It's only 2% anyways. I can't taste it. It's a great way of getting iodine because I do not eat fish very much. I'm never been a seafood person. We don't use iodized salt anymore. So we're not getting iodine really any other way. So that's why I do iodine drops in my coffee every single morning. Maggie May said, you just answered this about scleroderma. She probably was watching my video. Said, are you confident that it will help? I am actually going to release on Monday a health update video, and then later in the week, blood work. I know it's helping. There isn't any questions if it will or won't doing carnivore. Prior to doing carnivore, I couldn't sleep because I hurt so much. I couldn't do anything. My sewing, my leather working, I couldn't hardly do it because my hands would hurt so bad. Joints, pretty much all of them, everything hurt all the time. I mean, I have fibromyalgia too, the scleroderma and the RA, so I got a triple whammy of autoimmune stuff. It made doing anything extremely painful. So yes, it absolutely helps. It has helped immensely. I've paddleboarded, I do bike riding, except it's winter, so we haven't right now. We walk 2.5 miles every single day now with the dogs. We're doing some weightlifting. I've had to go slower than I'd like with it because I am having some joint pain from it, but it's a fraction of what it used to be. I mean, just going up the stairs hurt. Not just my knees, my knees, my hips, my hands, my feet, my head, my spine, just everything hurt. And now, most of the day, I have no pain. So that is an amazing improvement. And I've had things like I don't have nodules on my fingers anymore. I don't experience the Raynaud's phenomenon. And you probably know what that is if you're asking, but it's when you have, they don't know why, but complete blood circulation will be cut off, fingers, toes, usually it's in the hands most of the time, and the entire finger will turn white because there is literally no blood there. It's painful when the blood flow comes back. You know, touching cold things can trigger it, things like that. I have not experienced that in at least 5 months that I can recall. My skin's getting better, my rosacea is getting a lot better. It's getting all better. So autoimmune wise, it is excellent. Oh, that was our last question. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. As always, if you have questions, put them in the comments and I will get them in the Q&A. I appreciate every one of you. I hope you enjoyed seeing the bad Sadie dog. She doesn't think she's bad. She thinks she's a little human. Anyways, thank you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.